You're holding a penny, just 1 cent. Most people would toss it into a jar, or worse, leave it behind at the store. But what if that tiny coin, the one sitting quietly in your hand, could be worth more than a week's paycheck? Now take a closer look. That date, 1969. Something about that year has collectors paying serious money. And here's the part most people miss. Not all 1969 pennies are the same. Some are ordinary. Others, they've sold for thousands. And if you don't know the difference, you could spend one by mistake. Let me tell you a quick story. A retired man in Ohio was cleaning out his garage. Nothing unusual. Old boxes, tools, forgotten items. He found a small jar of pennies he hadn't touched in years. He almost gave it to his grandson to spend. Almost. But something made him pause. One coin looked a little off. The letters didn't look quite right. That one coin, it turned out to be worth more than $20,000. Now imagine that moment. Here's the truth. Coins like that are still out there. And yes, they could be in your pocket right now. Let's go back to your coin. The 1969 penny features President Abraham Lincoln on the front. That's normal. You've seen that your whole life. But the value isn't about who's on it. It's about something much harder to notice. A mistake. Now here's where it gets interesting. In 1969, a rare error was made during production at the United States Mint. Not a small mistake. A big one. Some coins were struck with what's called a double die. That means the design was stamped twice, slightly misaligned. To the naked eye, it can look like blurry letters or shadowed numbers. Most people ignore it. Collectors? They hunt for it. But wait, don't rush yet. Because here's where people lose money. There are fake versions of this error floating around. Some are altered coins. Others are just worn out and look doubled. And if you can't tell the difference, you might think you've hit the jackpot when you haven't. Or worse, you might miss the real one completely. So how do you spot the valuable one? Look closely at the word Liberty. On a rare 1969 double die penny, the letters look clearly doubled. Not smeared, not worn, but sharp and distinct. Same with In God We Trust. If it just looks faded, it's probably not the one. If it looks like two images slightly shifted, here's a twist most people don't expect. That small S, mint mark under the date. It matters more than you think. Coins with the S were made in San Francisco, and the rare double die version comes from there. No S. Your coin is still collectible, but not in the same league. This is where many people get it wrong. They see 1969, get excited, and stop checking. That's how valuable coins slip away. Let's pause for a second. Right now, think about how many pennies you've handled in your life. Thousands. Tens of thousands. How many did you actually look at? Exactly. That's why coins like this still show up in circulation. People don't pay attention to small details. And sometimes, small details are worth big money. Now here's something that might surprise you. The rare 1969 double die penny wasn't just valuable. It was once considered suspicious. When these coins first appeared, authorities thought they were counterfeit. That's how unusual they looked. The United States Secret Service even got involved. Imagine that, a penny so strange, it triggered an investigation. Later, experts confirmed they were real. And that's when collectors really started paying attention. Let's talk numbers. A genuine 1969 double die penny in good condition has sold for over $30,000. Even lower quality ones can bring in thousands. That's not pocket change anymore. That's serious money. But don't get carried away just yet. Here's the reality most people don't want to hear. The majority of 1969 pennies are worth 1 cent. Yes, just one. That's why this matters. Because knowing what to look for is the difference between finding treasure and missing it completely. Let me give you another real-life moment. A woman sorting coins for laundry found an unusual penny. She almost ignored it. But she remembered hearing about doubled letters. She checked, then checked again. That coin ended up being authenticated and sold for thousands. Not because she was an expert, because she paid attention. Now let's bring this back to you. If you have a 1969 penny nearby, don't just glance at it. Slow down. Look at each letter. Tilt it under light. Use a magnifying glass if you can. You're not just looking at a coin. You're checking for a hidden detail that most people miss. Here's something else people overlook. Condition matters. You find a few pennies. One of them looks different. You check the date. Your heart beats a little faster. You grab a light, maybe even your phone camera. And then, you see it. Clear doubling. Sharp edges. Not worn. Not faded. Real. That moment. That's why people love coin collecting. But here's the final twist. Even if you don't find the rare one, you've just trained your eyes to notice something most people ignore. And that skill? It carries over. Because coins from other years, 1972, 1983, even modern ones, can also carry valuable errors. This isn't just about one penny. It's about seeing value where others don't. So before you spend your next penny, take 1 second. Check the date. Look closer. Because sometimes, the smallest coin in your pocket is the one everyone else overlooked.